All right, guys, this is me again. This is Emmett, the Alpha Builder. Before we get started, guys, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me or hit the subscribe button if you can. But the question I have today, why would anybody want to be a builder or a home builder, or better yet, a residential general contractor? Why? Let's get into it. All right, guys, this is me again. This is Emmett, the Alpha Builder, and I haven't been on here in a minute to try to make one of these type of videos. I've been out in the field a lot, but guys, this video here was inspired because I met about in the last week or so. I didn't talk to one of them. I actually got word from one of them, but I engaged with a couple of different people that, about being a home builder. Our residential general contractor is really what we are. But guys, one guy, he's a plan designer, and he actually has his home builder's license too as well, but he's a plan designer and he does really good at plans, guys. He's really good at what he does. From my side looking in, I think he makes pretty decent profit at what he does. And he engaged and said that, hey, I want to be a builder too. Guys, let me just tell you this right here. If you're good at a sub-trade, if you got that sub-trade figured out, why would you want to be a residential general contractor? Why would you want to be a builder? Guys, being a builder, the amount of money that you make being a home builder, it's not what people think it is. Because here's the thing, you really don't know what you make until after the 1 year reunion of that structure you built for those people. If you're doing custom jobs or even if you're doing a spec job, you're not gonna know your full profit until after 1 year. And after 1 year, you can deduct all the callbacks that you'll have, and you will have callbacks. Because there's no way in the world you're going to be able to build a perfect house. It's just not going to happen. And so after you do all your callbacks and all the things that goes wrong, and you tweak that house after 1 year, and then you even have some people that'll wait to about a week before that 1 year reunion, and they'll hire a home inspector, and they'll make a list, and they'll send that to you. You got to go over there and correct all those things, which is nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to really know what you make until after that 1 year reunion. And guys, by the time you get finished and you take the amount of man hours that you spent engaging and dealing with that one particular product or that one particular structure, when you get done, you probably would make about $20 an hour, maybe $15 an hour. In some cases, you may even make minimum wage. All the headaches that you've had, you can't sleep at night, because if you can't sleep at night, you're trying to figure out a solution to something that went on your site. You're working. This is just the name of the game. Now, the more you do it, and if you've been in it for 20 plus years, you kind of anticipate some of the problems that's going to happen, which makes it to where that profit margin starts to grow a whole lot better because you have already dealt with the problems on the front end. So this is how you start getting your money, just being in it long enough. But guys, if you're in a sub-trade, I would master those sub-trades, guys. This is the game today, is to master a sub-trade. See, another thing, guys, a lot of people is getting in the building. They're getting in the building, and I'm starting to realize this right here. They're getting into the game of building. They're getting their home builder's license, and they're doing it. And this is what they want to do. They want to be the residential general contractor because they don't want to master a trade. See, guys, originally, the builders, back in the day, if I go back in the day, all the older builders that I've known from back in the day, those guys were framers, painters. They did something that was very involved. I mean, even electricians and stuff. Those guys were heavily involved into the sub-trades. They mastered one or two sub-trades, carpenters and stuff like that. And once they mastered those, They did it for builders, and then eventually those guys became builders, especially the framers. It used to be the framers, they framed houses, and then they eventually got into the building side. But they mastered the subtrade, and they made money. They can always go back and make money off of that subtrade. Guys, but if you're doing things like, drywall, framing, concrete, roofing, you're in and out of there and you're getting paid. You're in and out of there in a week at the most. Framers a little bit longer, maybe 2 weeks on a framer. But you get in, you don't have to engage with the homeowners unless the homeowner is their own contractor. But guys, it's difficult. So let me just tell you guys this right. So building, it takes about 6 to 9 months to build a 3,500 square foot house. Within that time frame, you're gonna have several interactions with that homeowner. And guys, in today's time, when you just constantly meeting with somebody, there's more probability that you guys are not gonna see eye to eye. There's gonna be a shakeup, the information gonna get in wrong, or somebody gonna hear the wrong thing, and stuff like that, and you guys are gonna get crossed at some point in time. Well, if you're the builder, you got to stick it out. But if you're a subcontractor who mastered a trade, you in and out and gone and got your money, and you move on to the next project. I saw one of the guys that watched my channel, man, and shout out to that guy, man. We had a good conversation, man. I appreciate any of you guys who watch my channel, man. And I saw him in Home Depot, and he said, man, I got out of that game of remodels and stuff like that. He said, man, I just got into roofing. That's all I do is roofs. Guys, you can do really well off of that. A roof job, you in and out of there in 2 days. One day, you can do it in 1 day, but 2 days is the most. You got paid, you move on to the next job. The sub-trades is the key. Now, like I said, I think, guys, that once you master if you master a couple of the sub-trades, then you go out and you be a builder. I just think that in most cases, most people want to get into the building game, or they want to be the home builder, is because they don't want to master a sub-trade. See, it didn't used to be like that. It used to be that the builders were the ones that they mastered a sub-trade, 1 or 2 sub-trades, then they started building, and everything took course. But today, we want to be builders, home builders, because we don't want to master sub-trades. I don't know why anybody want to do that. I don't, like I said, I don't know, man. My subcontractors are winning. They're winning. Now, guys, let me say this right here. Once you build a while, so now say for instance me, I've been building 20 years, and I'm gonna be honest with you, every house you build, I don't care if you got the same plan, it's gonna be different. You're gonna run into different problems. Even if you got the same plan, you got 2 houses right next to each other, you're gonna run into different problems on both of those houses. But guys, over time, the experience that I have as a builder, I can anticipate where some of the problems are gonna have. I understand what the bigger problems that you're gonna have are items that homeowners can't see, and they can't see it because it's behind the wall. And that's what you have, guys. They can't see it. But you have to be able to see it before it's even done. And you can anticipate those things so that when that homeowner moves in, they're not gonna have that problem. And if they don't have that problem, that means you making a profit. This is the way it works, guys. So yes, why would anybody want to be a builder? So keep that in mind, guys. If it were me and I was just getting into the game, I would go out here and master those sub-trades. Because with the mass deportation and all the stuff that's going on with the new administration that we have for the president, what's end up happening now, we may not have enough people to do these sub-trades. Some of the guys is getting deported are some of the guys that were doing these sub-trades. They were doing the unskilled items, man. There's nothing wrong with being doing an unskilled job, man. You can make money doing it. But in the meantime, you study your craft and then you become very skilled at what you're doing. But this is an opportunity, guys. It's an opportunity with these sub-trades. Everybody, we don't need to have a whole bunch of chiefs and no Indians. We need to get, you got to have the Indians. They're the backbone of the tribe. And this is just a thought, man. I just had this thought, This guy's like, yeah, I want to. And guys, let me tell you something else, guys. We got to get out of this mindset and this culture of you trying to. You want it all. You want it all. You want to be a plan designer. You want to be a builder. You want to be this. You want to be that. You want to have all these different items going on, guys. Get in your lane. Stick to it. Make money in your game. Master something, and you make your money in that game. And then the way I see it, once you make your money in your game, the lane that you stuck to, once you start making money and some real money in your game, then you can be an investor in a building company. Why would you even want to try to learn all this stuff all over again? Just invest in it. That way you own parts and shares of that particular building company. This is where, in the African American community, this is where we go rogue on this. We go south on this right here, guys. We're trying to do it all. Man, I see real estate agents. They trying to be real estate agents. They trying to flip houses. They trying to do this. They trying to do that. I'm just going to do it all. When it would be better if you say, something, I'm going to master my real estate game. I'm going to be the best real estate agent. I'm going to make my money at real estate agent. Then the additional money that you make, you find a good, legitimate building company or home builder and invest in their company. That way now you own a part of their company and let that builder master his game. So now you mastering your game, and then now they're mastering their game, and you're not there trying to run a whole nother building thing and get yourself out here. Now you gotta do 20 plus years to figure this thing out now. You just ain't got that time, man. We don't have that time in today's time. So guys, think about it. Let me know your thought. Once again, like, share, subscribe. It's just a question. Why would anybody want to deal with being a home builder?